All right. Today, I want to continue the interval of chapter 9.5. So I did at the towards the endish of the ID review stream, I did a couple of these story missions. We now know what bamboo-hatted Kim looks like without said bamboo hat, so that's cool. Yeah, no combat encounters yet. Not sure if I'll finish the whole thing now exactly, but I did want to play a little more of it. So yeah. I mean, yeah, that's kind of it. Well, I guess I'll just get into the stuff now. Yep, there he is behind the combat tips or whatever. I have to get used to reading again because I don't know, I feel like it's always awkward when I start reading dialogue and then I gotta get into it before I'm adjusted to it. Anyways, oh, okay. So more often than not, first impressions are prone to change. The bamboo-headed Kim, I remember, was a man who'd drowned in his own fathoms, blaming himself for his powerlessness with a listless, heavy voice. That, however, had been a while since he was distorted and sunken into himself, so I figured his original personality might be somewhat different. But this is not just somewhat. His personality isn't even in the same ballpark as my expectations. You're telling me this guy here is bamboo-headed Kim? Yep. We double-checked with Ezra, and she said he really is the same guy. Whoa, that fire on your head's not hot at all? Fascinating stuff. Oh yeah, that's him. Okay, can we check again, just in case? I really can't wrap my head around the fact that this is the sullen, serious man whom we'd fought. Just look at what he's doing. He's rubbing his face all over like he's checking out some kind of mantelpiece ornament. Lots of ticking and talking going on. It's supposed to sound like them talking to you folks. Oh, that's supposed to sound... Okay. Dude, I really gotta readjust to reading. Or reading dialogue, specifically. Further confirmation would be redundant, Sante. This individual is conclusively identical to the one designated as bamboo-headed Kim. Got no idea what you folks are so suspicious about. Dude, just do it. You have been telling people... Just what exactly have you been telling people out there about me? Oh my god. I gotta wake up. They're all staring like they've seen ghosts. Seen a ghost. Told them that you were a gallant and formidable warrior, Mentor. They don't look like they've heard the most flattering things about me. There, don't you hear it? Faint undercurrent of disappointment in the ticking. I also told them that you are a man of few words, but with much affection for the followers under your command. Ongdu. Yes, Mentor? It's a complete and utter lie. Man of few words is definitely not something you can say about a guy who's as talkative as me, don't you think? Yet I spoke no falsehood, although your conduct is rather shallow and perhaps less refined for a leader of an organization. You are much more reserved and taciturn when conversing with those unfamiliar to you, are you not? No matter... Oh, I can already tell it's gonna be a little long. Okay. No matter whom one may be, one is bound to inspire either approval or disapproval from those around him, so I refrain from mentioning any truth that might invite the latter, to even hint at anything that might tarnish the reputation of my master would not be unlike spitting on his name and mine by extension. Simply no reason but to put on airs in front of my own folks. In any case, oh, you can't see anything if I block this part. Do it, tell how many fingers am I holding up? Those are not my eyes, you know. You're in folks, huh? Then you have already acknowledged and accepted that you belong to LIMBUS Company. That's a lot of dialogue. Why didst thou not pay a visit to LCE? Verily, one's mind is plagued by the absence of tranquility. Venturing forth into open air and touchable field of grass cleareth the storm of the heart. An asset of the company is expected to act as in the company's interest, yet for whatever reason, I don't see you fighting on the battlefield during Operation Spiderpire. You will have to account for your absence in the mission. Otis addresses Kim as though she were conducting a formal investigation, every word flat and hard. It was obvious she was not about to let her guard down anytime soon. What mission? Oh, that one. Kim finally seemed inclined to assume a more serious disposition. He stopped peering into my face and turned toward Otis, although his hand was still on my head. Alright. Clearly, there's some disconnect in expectations here. Listen here, you. I'm really not all that about hard, bothersome work. Get what I mean? The real disconnect was between his stoic expression and the words coming out of his mouth. What? So let's talk about the kind of fellow I am. Meet the resident layabout who is forced to do his job. With a frown, too, I might add, only when he's got absolutely no other choice. Really not some big shot. Dude's apparently been promoting me as, folks. And I'd very much like to stop getting roped into stuff that keeps putting my life on the line. He's just so chill. Fine, then why did you join the LCD in the first place if you'd rather be unemployed? No, never mind, they probably forced you to stay. Catch on quick. First they spout this nonsense about distortions and all, and then force hired me, calling me a company-owned resource or whatever. The other day, they were again on about, what's its name, Golden Bow? Yeah, they invited me on tour to another department to listen in on some important presentation. And I accepted. Thought it'd be a fine opportunity to broaden my perspective. Dear, there are times when you commit to duties shines brighter than the sun. Your commitment to duties. I find that attitude so dazzling that I have to squint when I'm looking at you. Who knows, maybe that's why I'm wearing this bamboo hat, to shade my eyes from your utter brilliance. Do you mean to say that you are in need of a shield to protect your eyes? Lady Ezra, might I submit a request for a pair of sunglasses for my mentor? Only if it's not too much of an imposition on the budget, that is. Okay. That right there. That's what I keep telling you not to do. You can't just say yes to every silly thing he says and turn it into a supply request. Small expenses add up a lot, you know. Gotta save up everything you can in the piggy bank while you still can, or you'll end up broke. Is there truly no room for reconsideration? That means no. Then pray make purchase for me. I shall cover the cost myself. No can... Wait, what? My poor mentor is in a state of great discomfort, yet I possess neither the wisdom nor the knowledge to navigate the silver tongue of merchants and maze of stalls to locate the very best items, so I beg this favor of you. Giving me a headache. I'm aware that you and yours are no strangers to such dealings. There is no one else I can trust to complete such a procurement with the swiftness of the wind. You know what? Never mind what I said. I'll just get you what you want. You heard them, gentle lady mentor. Your suffering shall be soon alleviated. Oh. Alright. Apologies for interrupting you amid conversation. Pray, continue. You had reached the part where they invited you to tour another department. No sooner Ongdu's words left her lips than her eyes glinted with something I couldn't really put my finger on, but it was a strange intensity that sent a chill down my spine. Yeah. So that day I was just gonna relax and watch some TV. Well, good on you for showing up to work today, I guess. Say there is a debt to be repaid. At least you understand that we are indeed indebted to the company. Yeah, suppose I do. Kim's gaze lingered on Ongdu's prosthetic arms as he answered. Oh, Miss Ongdu, your arms. Only after following Kim's gaze did Sinclair seem to notice Ongdu's brand new prosthetic arms. Last time we saw her, Ongdu had lost both her arms, and I remember Ezra asking her to sit tight and choose what type of prostheses she wanted. Those arms are probably it. It's not just the arms, even her clothes are different now. And that sword. That these arms fitted anew as soon as the operation was concluded. The gracious hosts in one of the LCD's teams had prepared them in advance. With evident satisfaction, Ongdu held up her dark metallic wrists as if to showcase them. The components fixed along her arm clicked and rattled, unfolding for a moment before neatly folding back into place. Oh, such graceful smoothness led to machine articulation. 'Tis as though I am beholding the marvelous prosthesis of the illustrious Siegfried himself. Yep, the showcase would have gone lackluster without that trademark reaction. Those are strikingly similar to Schwartz's Industries N7 lineup, but I thought that model was discontinued. Nah, not theirs. It's one of the prototypes developed by LCD's Phenomena deciphering team, and they put him on her for trial. Now you'll find another like him, based on technology spun from distortions. Oh, I see. A brief moment, Sinclair's eyes lit up as if he'd glimpsed something that he'd brought back to a memory, and then just as quickly fell silent, whatever he'd wanted to say, next catching in his chest. Something trouble you, Master Sinclair? It wasn't hard to understand what struck the tender memory for Sinclair and why it cast a shadow over his face. But sorry, it just reminded me of something from a long time ago. My dad used to work with prosthetics before he passed away. I thought this was the exact same model I saw back then. Appears I lacked tact. These arms have stirred a painful memory within you. For that, I apologize. Do they... Her arms are covered. How do they... Maybe they're looking at the hands? Not sure. I don't know. Maybe she like has her sleeves rolled up or something that it just isn't shown in the sprite. Not really sure. Okay. It's alright, I'm fine now. Sinclair's voice still carried a faint tremor, but tremor. But beneath it there was a firmness that had not been there before. It really had grown a great deal. I can't thank yours truly... Oh, you can! You can thank yours truly for picking the sword. I was there with her. Didn't inform Lady Ezra that any blade that could serve as a weapon would suffice, but she insisted on browsing the goods. I dare say I was given the opportunity to lay my eyes on every type of sword I could ever hope to see in this life. Walking through the workshop the streets that day, oh please, we walked for 4 hours, it's nothing. While everyone was distracted, taking in Ongdu's new outfit and equipment, Kim had quietly slipped away from the crowd and crouched down in the corner. He's rummaging through things scattered on the floor, picking them up. Is he pocketing them? Anyway, what's this place supposed to be? What are all these things? Basically erect now, the strobes and that cloth backdrop over there maybe could be used for a photo studio. Oh, that could explain why there are so many photos stuck around the place. Probably the thing definitely looks like camera at least. Sinclair picked up a small cylindrical object and turned it over on his hands, studying it with curiosity. What do you suppose this is? A battery maybe? Oh, there's some kind of strip inside. I don't want to pull it out. No, that's... Is it a grenade? Otis shouted a sharp warning at Sinclair as if she realized something, but Mersault's hand shot out before he could even finish, clasping over Sinclair's wrist before the strip could be pulled out. What'd I do? Exposure to sunlight damages these objects. I already pulled a little bit out though. Be rewound. Carefully rotate the rigid section on the cylinder. I'm currently blocking sunlight from reaching the exposed section. Damage of no concern. Okay, you mean this one, right? The part that rotates? Yep, it went back in. Wait. What do they... Like, they have a film strip? Or... quiet nod, Marcel took the object from Sinclair's hand. It seems to be a film roll. Oh, okay, yeah, no, so it is a film roll. There's something written on the outside. Experiment number 4 appears to be a compact roll for a film camera. You seem to have handled one before. Yes. Yep. that answers her question. Marcel's answer came without any further explanation, but the way he adjusted the camera on the table certainly didn't look like he looked that of a first-timer. I once received a report containing photographs taken from film cameras during the war. Film rolls used by N-Corp and particularly difficult to falsify. They were often used to collect intelligence during secret operations. The film fixes light directly onto the medium, from what I've heard. Peculiar expression flashed across Ezra's face as she regarded Otis. Perhaps it was the mention of war that caught her attention. Anyway, we've managed to regroup in one piece. Let's come up with a plan to deal with these distortions, guys. Where should we begin? Then in the next brush, you return to our usual conversation on other subjects. Yeah, I read that correctly. I'm a pretty fast reader, I would say. I'm pretty good at what I do. Both Ezra and I are both trying to free it from the misconception we inflicted on ourselves. For all unfailingly perky disposition Ezra too, but carrying traumatic memories every bit as devastating as Gregor's. Seems to yet remain ought deserving elimination. No idea what he just said. Yeah, wait, you're right. We haven't cleaned up the distortion already. Couldn't feel any more traces of distortion nearby. It didn't feel like any of their centers teams elsewhere were actively engaged in battle at the moment either. Dante's asking whether the distortion suppression has not, in fact, already been concluded. Oh, not yet. Those people we just fought now, they only got caught up in the distortion. They didn't actually distort themselves. We haven't even gotten close to the distortion's inflection point yet. Inflection point? Anywho, finding an inflection point without the team leader is gonna take some time. Maybe it would be too bad. Maybe it won't be too bad with your help. Ezra swept her eyes around the room. Where is Moses anyway? Where is she? What is she currently doing? Ezra swept her eyes around the room and took, with a look of frustration, as though she had been handed a puzzle box with half the pieces missing. By inflection point, are you referring to the point of a graph in which the directionality of its curvature changes? Calling to mind the present context, maybe may less be a mathematical term and more of a specialized polyseme. Yeah. Referring to the point in which distortion occurs, the mode of intent, or indeed the point in which inflection of the mind occurs. Yep, that's about right. The kind of inflection point I was talking about. So in our department, we use the term source of a distortion, the inflector, or cause behind it, stuff like that. You know, distortion is hard to treat if you don't know the core cause. Treat the symptoms you see on the surface all you like, but if you never find the root cause, the distortion's never getting solved. Oh, I guess you guys really had to look for that kind of stuff, huh? Your boss clock opens up the door into their fathoms or whatever, right? You mean Dungeon of the Fathoms? Yep, that's the one. From where we're standing, distortions are really high maintenance, time-consuming headaches. It's one thing to somehow manage to locate the inflection point, but curing it is another thing. But you guys can just march straight into someone's heart, knock the snot out of everything in there, and then ta-da. Patient ready for discharge. That's how it works, right? Ugh. I'm not gonna lie, I was so jealous when I heard about it. I almost bit my sleeve off. Why? Why? What? Okay. Verily, I thought your team would set about resolving distortions once the foe was vanquished, as we are wont to do. Was that not so? As we are wont to do? Huh? Okay. Of course not. Why would anyone come to us with a distortion suppression request if it were that simple in the first place? But yeah, most of the time, peeps try brute force approaches to it first, and when things go south, they send requests to the company or to our detective's office. That means the client must have been bingo. Apparently, the residents of Butter Street all chipped in to commission all kinds of agencies like Zoe and Combat Specialized to fix their offices, but none of them could actually do things right. The job got passed on to us. Meaning, it's the distortion phenomenon related to this kind of photograph and still occurring unchecked somewhere on the streets. Exactly, that's why we gotta find something, anything that might be a clue. As we gaze down at the people lying on the floor with a complicated expression, neat ash gray suits, the logo on the collar, and their uniform briefcases. Hey, isn't that N-Corp's logo? Come to think of it, wasn't Marisol... I was once employed by N-Corp. What? I used to work with those people? Yeah, I did mention that he used to work at N-Corp. I like how even in his flashback, Mersault's line is just, he just says one thing and then leaves it at that. It's great. Yeah, I did mention he used to work at N-Corp. Maybe he could offer us some insight. Do you know who these guys are, Mersault? Yes, manager. These are N-Corp Class 2 staff members. Given the camera briefcases in their possession, they're likely members of the Pinframe team of service. Clue. Clue? Like a detective clue? Mersault recited the information as though we were pulling it from a file he had already stored it in place back on the shelf in his mind. Okay, Pinframe team, huh? Anything you can tell us about them? Yes. Okay. One of N-Corp's many field departments related to information gathering and processing. Their primary duties are handling N-Corp's internal information, analysis of N-Corp's internal intelligence, sorting and arranging N-Corp's internal information, and intersector. That'd be enough. Oh, was he talking about an encyclopedia or something? Oh, is he a talking encyclopedia or something? Yet another thing to be jealous of. You think it'll be okay if we borrow him sometime? Might be an issue for us if you went and borrowed our team's encyclopedia. It's like everyone agrees that he's an encyclopedia. Anyway, your encyclopedia is right. They're from N-Corp's Pinframe team. I've seen them a few times before on N-Corp's nest. Why would people already be dealing with N-Corp affairs come all the way out of a shabby back street like this? Got any guesses? I'm unable to determine that. Huh? Possible range of connection between the two pieces of information is exceedingly broad. Listing every relevant reason as to why they may have come here would require a considerable amount of time. Therefore, I will not present a determinative answer to that question. As you're staring holes into me with an unspoken "is this dude always like this?" wouldn't pull any answers from me, you know. Because aside from combat situations, I've still got no way to figure out what's going on in his head. Okay, then. Mersault, maybe this will be easier to answer from an objective point of view. That was when I noticed something I'd never imagined would happen. Mersault's eyes widened, his gaze fixing on me with such force that I could almost feel the faint tremor in it. A leveling stare that came with, "There is no such thing as an objective point of view. Manager." A clipped tone. Clip that. Clipped tone and a look almost bordered on rebuke. A given judgment may seem infinitely close to objectivity, but ultimately all things are subjective without exception. I fell silent for a moment, lost in thought. Part of it was because Mersault's reaction had caught me off guard, but I also wondered whether the response might be connected to why he would always refuse to make judgments for himself. And if this has something to do with his turn, which I know is just around the corner, how does he know that it's just around the corner? Got it. Then tell me three. Well, or I guess he's assuming that the ones that are left are just the other. Wait, how many are left? Ryoshi's number 9, right? So then, yeah, Mersault is 10. Then I think Otis was 11, Faust 12. So I guess since there's just 3 sinners left, it's got to be one of the 3. So I guess now he's... Okay. Anyways, got it. Tell me 3 subjective reasons you think are most likely for why these people had to come all the way into the back streets. I need to understand who he actually is as much as I can. Because I'll never know, and I'll get another chance to really get to know him if I brush this off with a simple, oh, I see, my bad, it's usual. Yes, manager. Okay. I presume that their mission is one of the following. Retrieve video recording of recordings violation of N-Corp's taboo. Prompt elimination of the violator. Contact with informants in the backstreets collaborating with N-Corp's nest. Identification of arrest warranted individual or individuals designated by the nest. Taboo? You mean these people could be taboo hunters? No way. They don't send out taboo hunters for every single violation, you know? Like, wings usually leave minor taboo violations to be handled by some contractor, fixer offices, or employees in department and change. I'd say these guys here are N-Corp staff. Songdu, what are you looking for in their pockets? Looking through their belongings, enlightening clues yet to be hidden in the sleeve or fold of their garments, learning as the art of discerning the truth and will eyes before a simple glance, get my eyes torn feet. There's a lot of words in this intervalo, aren't there? There's oh my god, it's been almost half an hour. I just want to do some fights. I mean, it's interesting stuff about Mersalt, but like I need a fight. I need to do a fight. Let me take a look. Employee card in a wallet. Let's put this back. Don't want robbers. This might be it. It's an order. Something. Sheet of paper from N-Corp. Read aloud the contents. Work details. Elimination of individual. Taboo violation. Address. Address. Butter Street. This is the one. Is the piece. Oh, this is the place. One piece. Which means all this might be pointed to something. Whoever's in the studio, distortion phenomenon might be connected. And now that you mention it, a whole pop and change thing happened to feel kind of like a camera flash. Alright, let's start by combing through this place. Let me know if you find anything suspicious. Oh, at long last, hath the hour arrived for my debut as a detective, forsooth. Don Quixote must have been miffed for not getting to play detective back in T-Corp. No idea where she'd been keeping them, but she immediately pulled out the detective props that had been given to Rhodia, Ryoshu, and Hongwon back then. Verily, I had foreseen that the day would come. Fortunately, Otis wasted no time in putting an end to Don Quixote's badly timed shenanigans. Sharp dressing down from her was enough to make her a dejected, chivalric adventurer. Stuff the costume away. Okay then, we should get moving too. Yes, and we should do a combat encounter. Please do a combat encounter. Please. Is that a... Yes! Yes! Okay. Well, I mean, obviously we're using the Blade Lineage team. Oh, no. Oh, we're stuck with, I don't know why these sinners are the ones that are fixed. Like, why? Because aren't the rest of... Actually... No, I guess the rest aren't with them. Interesting. I really don't want to level them up, though. I really just don't want to level them. Like, I want the turn clear bonus or whatever, but like I don't want to have to level them up. I don't want to do that. Like, how much is this gonna be? Ooh, that's not good. Okay, what about I don't really want to do that, low-key. I don't really want to do that. Yeah, this will get done in 10 turns for sure. Oh, right, the support. Ishmael, there you are. Yeah, that's our team. Yeah, level 21 Blade Lineage Otis on there. Sure. Yeah, that's gonna go well. Oh, Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, they'll be fine, right? Yeah, for sure. Spent a long time something about photo studio, decisive evidence, a lot of photos around, buildings and stuff, aside from canister containing something, they're all empty. I'll probably check the contents from the film roll directly. Yes, executive manager. Something about developing film. So, guys, you see anything? Inventory with this object for the 8th time? I have no idea. Court official. Inventory. Haven't you already passed the royal? Once swung, a sword does not retrace its arc. So with a life, there's no undoing what has already been cut. Unnecessary. Dwell on what is already done. Slashed away. Not for you. Ought you to dwell. Ought you not to dwell on what can no longer be undone. When I spoke, I did not mean it that way. Merely meant to say that I do not wish to recall my past. I'm aware, placed in position to retrace the past. Brought down the stone wall by your own hand. Exactly what you should never forget. Ow! Stabbing pain. This spot you once gave me afflicts me yet. It was your sword that ran me through. Mentor, you said it was completely healed. At least 80 times. Still aches every now and then. Is that so? Suddenly pulled out a sheet of paper, writing something down. What's this? Written down the words that I've just said. If hearing my cutting words afflicts you so, then perhaps reading them instead would cause no suffering. Kim's face began to contort like a wet dish towel being wrung dry. The project, they always use such great descriptive vocabulary. It's just, they're just so great at it. I really can't believe this is the same mentor. Young Do, there would be a matter I ask thee. Apparently, it wasn't the only way you felt that way about him. Pray, speak freely. This may be perhaps a discourteous inquiry, but I, when speaking to the others whom I serve, often ornament my words with a laudation of acceptable degree, and yet I understand your concern, Lady Don Quixote. I suppose this is your first time seeing Mentor with his shoulders so unbraced and his bearing so loose. In truth, when I first beheld him, upon my honor, I've never uttered a falsehood. My respect towards the blades of my own and foes alike. Teachings my mentor imparted onto me truly. Why, fortune mentorist yourself someday. Carried currents, river, prosthetic arm, a casual sweep. Smiling sincerely. When closer to Don Quixote, she whispered, besides, and also I speak with this feigned stern ignorance, there will be no end to his digging in his heels. I would ask for your trust, for all is aimed at his benefit. Forsooth, thou too hast been burdened with the trials of serving your superior. So that's what it was, I get it now. Just as witness peculiar bond of camaraderie between our chivalric friends, the door leading outside was slammed open. We've arrived at the target location. It appears that the audience party has... that the advance party has already been defeated. Wait, who are these people? Didn't they say it was only a single violator? Oh... Looks like it's too late to talk our way out of this, whatever excuse we can come up with. Oh boy, this is not gonna go well. Never thought we had the wrong intel. All of a sudden, flashbang. Sudden flash blind my vision light. So I'd stared into a burst of searing light so intense and bright that made my head swim. Does Dante have eyes? Where does he see from? How does he see? He also doesn't have ears either. How? Yeah, there was the same pop and vision blinded. Only thing I could make out was Ezra's soft murmur until the thing that came to a stop was something about breathing. Oh. What? Oh. Didn't take me long to realize what was happening. Yeah. I know what's happening. Let's just have Dante explain it, though. Oh, seeing it again doesn't exactly warm my heart when you say it, dude. The West Corp may indeed be passing through hard times. Sally was not quite so wretched in form, was a mentor. Is that right? Looks much the same to me. Ah, this place. Did you just teleport to S-Corp? No, Dante. That would generate a considerable sense of verisimilitude. This is... I think I know what this is. Well, I mean, I feel like it's got to be Kim's Fathoms again or whatever. Considering that Hongdu said, oh, this wasn't how the walls were, and he said, oh, this is how I remember it. And if it's how he remembers it, then isn't that not inside of his memory or whatever? This is a presence. I hadn't been able to detect it until just now, but somehow it was surrounding us, saturating every corner of the space where we stood. Okay, maybe I wasn't on point. Something about stone walls, phenomenon, this is the depths of the fathoms. Fathoms made entirely out of distortion. Well, I guess there's some kind of fathoms. Completely different distortions where the N-Corp employees were just a moment ago. That's exactly it, what I was trying to explain. What? Wait, is that what Hong Lu's based off of for his ID? I mean, obviously minus the stuff covering the face, but doesn't he have the same red rope or whatever? As were pointed, the people in smart, neat suits had vanished, and in their place, figures clad with robes, whatever. Fight first, talk later. Ready? I believe just poised to strike. Ha 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 ha. Poise. Oh, wait, where's the bamboo-hatted dude? Afraid he's already taken his leave. He has no desire to cross blades with those guys of S-Corp twice. Come on, man, not again. He's a repeat offender, that's for certain. Executive manager. Whoever Kim's gone off to, this definitely isn't the time to be asking trivial questions. Alright, let's do it as it says and get ready for battle. On your orders, executive manager. Men prepare for battle. Finally! It took almost 40 minutes, but we're doing a combat encounter now. Yes! Yes! Wait a sec. Why is it green? Okay, so she really just has the same exact kit as Ishmael. Oh, she really just has the same exact kit as Ishmael. Is this 1-to-1? No, it's not 1-to-1. Ishmael is not 4-and-4, is it? Yeah, no, Ishmael's 3-and-4. Interesting. Yeah, she does more paralyze as well. She does 2, Ishmael does 1. Unless they changed that. Does Ishmael do... What's this one? Okay, yeah, no, Ishmael does 1. Okay, it's not 1-to-1, but it is very close, which, I mean, I guess makes sense. What are passives? LIMBUS Company specialized custom prosthetic hype. Okay. Start. Interesting. Demon, fire, spine, cleaver. Oh, what? Okay, it's one of my bones. On this pencil. Yeah, okay. Here more Blade One Jollies are defeated. Okay, so we need some Blade One Jollies to be defeated. Yeah, no, we gotta sacrifice some IDs. Ezra... I mean, she's been here before, and by here... Wait, she activates bleed? I didn't realize that. Okay, I guess she activates bleed. Right, she has assist defense, I forgot about that. Okay, well... Oh, it's a focused encounter. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, well, this is gonna be easy. Actually, first of all, who is attacking Otis? Nobody? Okay. Alright, well, I don't want Faust to die. I want Dawn, Sinclair, or Otis to be dying, but not exactly happening at the moment, so we'll just have to make do otherwise. Yeah, everyone else is fine to clash. By everyone else, I mean everyone that's not the 3 that I want dead. Okay. It's going really well. I feel like if I don't, like, read as fast as I possibly can, it might actually take, like, 5 hours. Probably more, because it's already been almost 1 hour. And I'm, what, on a level 4 or so? And if there's 14 levels like there were in the previous one, then, like, what? It's been like 1 hour for 2 levels. So then if it's like, what, 14 by this? So what, it'll be like 7 hours? I gotta like pick up the pace then. Because I do not want this to take forever. Which it seems like it currently is taking. Okay, maybe we'll save Ishmael's. Oh, you don't gain more slots? Ew. Ew. Okay. Who's attacking? Okay, you're attacking Otis? Good. Oh, it's with a counter? Seriously? Can we just have Otis, like, lose to some clashes or something? Let's just have her... Oh, she can't even... Oh, and then that's clashing with that. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, we can just have Otis lose that. Oh, but it only... That's not going to do much damage, though, honestly. It's not even worth it. Right, she doesn't even have a poise thing on up to 3. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, no, yeah. I'll just have her attack someone random then. What to do? You know, we kind of just gotta do whatever we can at this point. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna go well. Okay, maybe... No, he doesn't need to win clashes or gain SP, that's fine. Alright, that's fine, honestly. Okay. Okay, this is fine. This is so very fine. Okay, that's gonna win that. Yeah, no, this is gonna take a while. There's 0 chance I finish this all in this stream, by the way. Not a single % of a chance that I get this done all in this stream. Okay, why is nobody clashing? What are we doing? Okay, well, I guess you're clashing. Oh, we don't even... Okay. Alright, yeah, no, that's fine. Why would I need you guys to deal damage anyway? Like, what would... Yeah, okay. Just use your stuff or whatever. Yeah, no, that's fine. Probably could have had an extra one on the one Ishmael was targeting, but whatever. kind of hope that I hit the turn count thing. You know what? I should have went into this fight with fewer IDs, honestly. I should have went into this fight with, like, just Mersault and Ishmael. Or, like, just the IDs that I want, and not with Otis, Sinclair, and Faust, or Dawn. That would have been so much easier. OT. No, okay, it needs A resin, and he's not gonna get A resin, so there's no point in using it. Great. Great. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Cool. Okay, Dawn, what do you want to do? 58 damage with a skill 3? Sure. Yeah, you can do 58 damage with a skill 3. Sounds good. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that works. Okay. Then, that. And then, what's that? I don't know. Should be fine. Okay, that was good. Okay, I guess they both got on the same turn. I feel like I always see Ishmael use 2 coins of it and then never more. And I guess I'm not fighting the highest health enemies, but like, you know. Alright. That did so little damage. Or she's like level 20 something. I could have done a little bit more, I think. Like, that could have done a lot more damage. Okay, turn 5. You know what? Let's just... It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Okay, I don't know if I have the energy for doing the interval today. Like, I just like do not have as much energy for reading stuff as I thought I would. So I might have to, after this fight, like just pick it up another day. Okay, now why are you guys all attacking the guy with like 2 HP? Why are we doing that? Who thought that would be a good idea? Let's actually not do that. Okay. That should be a little bit better. Yeah, no, that yeah, they actually didn't need to do anything. That works. Yeah, okay. That should be all of them. Surveying the area with measured alert, Ongdu casts the bullet down from her sword with a few sharp flicks before sliding it back into its sheath. Oh, they're not changing back. Doesn't look like beating up the distorted ones reverts them immediately this time around. Perhaps a fortunate turn of events in a way. Let us search for clues while time allows us. Alright, you take that side, Ongdu. I'll search here. Ezra and Ongdu moved about as though they were used to this kind of situation. Without taking a moment to catch their breath after battle, they began searching the space. Pretty. Don Quixote was the first one to catch her. Surreal and familiar the situation found ourselves in. Battle distortions upon arrival, yet surroundings changed suddenly in the flash. Cannot make sense of it. Apologies, overlooks the briefing. Presented by LIMBUS location type distortion. It's basically when a whole space distorts. Since places and buildings can't move on their own, the distortion gets fixed in a certain space. As for this one, distortion's already progressed pretty far along. Middle stage probably don't usually get this big. This one's covering almost an entire street. Then those people entered the space and got caught in it. Our job right now is to get to the bottom of the phenomenon. What exactly gets people caught up and what happens to them once they're in? Of course, you can't really rule out the possibility of powerful distortion that's approaching upon its environment, and by that, I mean when distortion bleeds into the space and around it warps it. I mean, I'm actually taking a liking to our, actually talking like our team leader ripped off on me, I guess. Haha. They're continuing with a sheepish giggle. In any case, I won't be able to suppress or cure the distortion, even if we whoop these guys. I need more clues to locate the inflection point. Maybe we should examine the people over here too. The cause directed our attention, rose collapsed, something. These are glyph symbols emblazoned upon their headbands. Propulsion and pursuit marks them. Hunting. Hail from the homeland as we do. I'm unsurprised that you know of them. I could hardly fail to know the station's an S-Corp. Or well, scientist, something. So there's no idle tale. Scientists who play their craft without flattening S-Corp's coffers. What was that? Are seized forthwith and made. Ooh. Indeed, I count myself fortunate. Impressed upon otherwise. Appellation conferred upon the people. Vile practice and excuse. Powermongering, nothing more. So-called taboo hunters. Breaching taboo. Summon the hunter. Or hunter sees the prey first. Yay! Are the I can't find. It's so dialogue heavy. It's just so dialogue heavy. It's just so dialogue heavy. They're after Freeman captured something. Oh, it's. Powerful does so desire to chase man down. S-Corp, something about today. Mentor 2, victims of the place. These people sent out by the captor. Or maybe perhaps none of us. I mean, the state, conceptual forms. Conjecture, getting nowhere with clue hunting. Heavy sigh and frustration. Oh. Sued and warped like Roland. Interesting. Necessary to determine why S-Corp phenomenon. Considering course of events, memories most foul. Suggest a possible correspondence. Conversely, absence of T-Corp, time collectors weaken hypothesis. In which case, plausible theory, Longdu's memories, Longdu furrowed brow, full grasp, full picture of the problem. Surroundings of this one, not getting that pop, can't even sense what it wants. Pop. Well, there's a pop. Light flash of light on my vision. Oh, if only the team leader was here. Cracking this would have been a piece of cake. And we're back. This is why you kept asking whether we seen anything bursting with a pop. And Corp employees must have it rough too, getting dragged into the distortion like this. I mean, so what else were we supposed to do? Self-defense, they were about to attack us. Finding route, fastest way forward. Let's do what we can for now. Okay, dark room, nah, that, Ezra stamped her feet in frustration. Also carefully followed Heathcliff's team through the other part of my vision. Oh, I think I can help with that. Located him, huh? What? Boss found something? Yep, found where bamboo-headed Kim is right now. Okay, so low-key, I don't know if I have the energy for this chapter currently. Okay, yeah. Good job, Otis. Good job. 25 damage. I had her do multiple unopposed attacks, and she pulls up at the end with 25 damage. Lag? Oh, is it lagging? Okay, but yeah, no, Otis, yeah, no, that Ishmael clearly is doing stuff. I'm just, I just don't know if I have the energy. You know, I'll try to hit. I mean, okay, I guess I'm at the first third, right? So I guess I'm a third done now. So that's a good stopping point, right? I mean, I did 2 missions, and it took an hour. That's a crazy conversion rate. I mean, I'll take that, but dude, that's a wild conversion rate for that. That is. Oh, I just don't have the energy for. Oh, I just. Oh. I don't know. Maybe I'll do one more. Just one. This time, let's take a few allies off so that I don't need to use a bunch of IDs that I don't want. Yeah, as long as Mersault and Ishmael get an extra slot, the rest really does not matter. Hard count for this interval. Oh, it feels a little bit lengthy. I don't know. I could also just be a little bit drained from the, because I kind of just did the. I just did these 2 ones yesterday. So maybe doing it back to back is a little mentally draining. I don't know. You know, I'll do one more. I'll just do one more. Just yeah, one more won't be that bad, right? Yeah, no, I'll be fine. Wait, hold on, I should have Dawn instead of Faust, because Dawn actually has pride skills. But then I'll want to level her up. But I need this for other IDs, you know what? Says who? Says who? You know, let's just save that ticket, it's fine. We got 1,140 of them anyway. Actually, how many? Alright, you know what? That's fine. Whatever. But why am I using a 2-star over a 3-star? Oh yeah, because the Sin Infinities are just way easier to do stuff with. That's why. Okay. Oh right, and then I wanted to grab the Ishmael ID. Poise. I feel like, low-key, I don't really care as much about Poise for the Blade Lineage team as much as I do for Resonance. Like, having a Pride defense skill feels much more important to me than like, other stuff. I just like the fact that she can activate Pride res so often compared to Faust, who has no, like, very difficult Pride access. It's just a little rough. Plus, it's not like they even need to be like on field either, so like, it's fine. All right, let's battle. I'm gonna try to skim the reading as quick as I can though, because I don't want this to take too long. Meanwhile, Heathcliff's team. What's up with them showing up out of nowhere? How should I know? Seem like S-Corp. Something about rummaging. A lot of trouble. Oh, it's my fault? Well, listen, nobody's itching to swipe hair coupons. How many months are you gonna milk that? Was that about hair coupons? Everyone's itching to swipe hair coupons into their pockets the second they get a chance. See, this is why I like reading all the dialogue, but like... just like that I have to read it because it's not like a voice act. You know, there's gonna be a rerun as well. Maybe I'll just like... maybe I'll just pay attention when they do the rerun. Although, this is going to be the stuff leading up to Marisol. You know, I'll pay attention to the stuff Marisol related, because his Kanto is going to be next. But, like, I'm just not in the reading mood right now. Excuse me, you got a problem too? Not at all, just wondering something. Our enemies, troop performance, rice wine. That's the enemy, alright. Name tag, LCD, LCD whatever. Oh dear. Old swings. They should have shown them fighting just now. That would have been cool. You slippery little rat. Where is his hat? Well, I'm using enough. Be aware of surrounding behind you. Wow, took all of them out with a single strike. Something. Ah. Okay, here's the combat encounter. Okay. Well, let's start activating resonance every single turn. Okay, first of all, who... Alright. And then let's do... skill... Actually, you know what? Nah. We're running with that. And then we'll use the... what will we use? Oh, it's not a skill one, never mind. You know what? No, that's fine. It's completely fine. Completely fine. Actually, I don't remember that. Completely fine. And then that, okay, and then Ishmael should defend Don because of assist defense, so this is gonna go really well, I'm sure. Okay. And then, okay, she wins that. And then she wins that as well. Alright, wait, did she lose that? I think she lost it. Okay, right, and then Don got the extra 5 SP from that. I should have had her defend Yisong instead, because he actually can use the SP. Well, Don kind of needs it. Okay, skill one time. So, who's gonna clash with that? Maybe Ishmael? Yeah, Ishmael. Alright, run it. Okay. This is going fine so far. I think by the end they'll all have 2 slots except Dawn, I believe. Which that's fine. Yeah, I think taking, well, also they benefit from having lower slot count as well, considering that, or lower ally count, because if Mersault gives one person a buff, that one person has the buff for all of their slots. So, like, that kind of makes a difference. Quite a bit. What is that? Okay, whatever it is, it's not winning against Ishmael's skill 3. That's what it is. We can skill 2 the rest. Or I guess 2 and 1. Alright, that's fine, I guess. No, just win your clash or something. I don't know. Alright, and then Dawn does not need to be clashing. She has enough SP. Okay. That's fine. This is going well. Going super well. Yep. Okay, Ishmael actually got to use her skill this time. Well, she didn't get to use the 5th coin, but 190 isn't bad. She didn't even... I mean, probably with the... What is that? What was that? I sure I haven't been checking the stats or whatever of people. What's this? We got a 90 for this thing or something? No? Intelligence gathering. Interesting. I feel like so many like enemies have like unique panic types, but you never see them unless you're running a sinking build most of the time. Okay, base stack, turn on to lose 1 stack that has 0 stacks in fact at turn start, certain units from end effects. Transform. Okay, so basically just kill them all before the timer hits 0, right? Or is it just gonna keep swapping them back and forth between their, I mean, because that would make sense if the countdown is 3, because we're on turn 4. So maybe it just swaps every other turn or something. Not sure what the point of it is, but I mean, we got our 7 slots now, so I don't think we have to be concerned about anything. Well, this is a strong skill, so that can hopefully one-shot that guy. Ishmael hopefully can one-shot that guy. We're gonna have her use a guard just because. She's not actually gonna clash with it though. That can attack that. You can use skill 1. And then do that one, and then you'll win that clash. Not gonna do much with it though, but whatever. Actually, no, I do want Ishmael to use that. Because she gains haste and poise from it, and with Clash Win as well. And Yi-Song does not gain anything on Clash Win, he's just got to use it whatever, so we'll have Ishmael do that, so she can actually use her thing, gain buffs from it, whatever. Alright, good enough. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Not bad. Okay, did she lose that? Why did she lose that? Oh? Oh, right, she wants to lose her Clash. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. Oh my god. I forgot she has that enhanced skill too. Entirely. Interesting. Okay, how much is that gonna do? I mean, alright. And he's staggered, I guess. 8 health, okay. Okay. Ishmael is fast. 8 haste? 8 haste. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. Cool. Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, no, let's have Ishmael low-key just annihilate that guy. Dawn can attempt to do the same. I don't know how well that'll go for her. That's unfortunately gonna win the clash, but we need skill 1 from Yi-Song just to activate the thing, and then I don't know if that will kill or not. Let's see. Alright. We'll see how this goes now. Okay, yeah, staggered, and then hopefully the second time. Oh, I forgot she has that as well. I completely forgot about that ability. I mean, she's activating it a little bit late, honestly. because there's been quite a few turns and she hasn't used it until just now. We're on what, turn like 5, 6? Yeah, that was turn 5. I mean, turn 5 isn't super late. I mean, it could have been a little bit better though. I want to see her clashing animation with the skill thing. Actually, let's hear clashing animation with the guard. Is regret better than the new Blade Ninjago? Depends on the context, I would say. Yeah, let's see Ishmael claim this guy's bones. And she messed it up. That's fine. I mean, either way, he's been claimed, but just not with the right skill. I would say regret is better for regret is really good for Mersault in general. The new Blade Ninjago is just for very specific use cases. Plenty shard. If you're planning to shard, get regret. Don't worry about the new Blade Ninjago. Like, especially if you're not running a full Blade Lineage team. Yeah, just get regret. Because it works on any Mersault ID. And it's not team limited. The regret ego. It just works. It just makes every single Mersault ID better. And I think if Walpurgis was soon, right, then you can shard regret during then. So that I would say probably might take a higher priority than Blade Lineage. But if you really want to run Blade Lineage, you can go for that as well. It's not bad. Like, it's not a bad ego. It enables him to do bleed. Like, it turns Mersault into a bleed ID along with poise. But I think regret still has higher value because it's just such a crazy ego passive. And the passive is really the only reason why it's important. Like, the actual effects of it, like, oh yeah, do like 30 damage and some tremor or whatever, it doesn't matter. The -1 base power for +2 coin power is just huge on like any ID. So that's just really good for him to have. He does a lot with it. Like, it goes on every team. But the Blade Lineage one is good as well, but I think the other one just has more value. That's just my take on it though. Okay. So let me get this straight. Can I shard everything? Well, nice. Okay, so let me get this straight. Dude was just here a minute ago and nobody knows how he wandered off. Yeah. Sigh. Let out a long sigh. Cannot say your frustration is misplaced. The Relics is posed without a purpose so far. Okay, he's zooming off. Remember last time? Wasn't supposed to mention that, was I? What were you not supposed to mention? It's like, we'd stop him. What are we gonna do? Time up, log him in the closet. We don't have that in our team, right? Remember last time we all thought he was being a good patient and sleeping it off in the recovery ward, but nope, when the LCE got infiltrated, he snuck out without telling anyone and came back like nothing happened, and the team leader didn't even chew him out for that. Interesting. And the reason he failed to participate in the operation was simply because the LCD was lax in supervising its personnel. And what are you suggesting? In what you're suggesting? Bade us hold our tongues for this very reason. Precisely in such a manner. What if I misunderstood? That's the thing, he wasn't just wandering around, he was all outside, all in, taking down the ring, auto mannequins who'd locked down the elevator that leads into the LCE department. Not like he wasn't dealing with the strongest... Not like he was dealing with the strongest enemy out there, but the recovery ward didn't have the emergency alarm. Nobody from the department was the alarm either, just somehow caught on and did the job himself. Huh. Heard it's all thanks to the facilities managed to contact LCE. Chief dude way faster, helped LCA to actually deploy. Would have been delayed for another hour or two if he hadn't stepped in, apparently. And, I mean, yeah, everyone knows that the LCA did a whole lot in Canto 9. Yeah, they were pretty useful in that. Yep. Actually, I mean, what did they do? Like, did they fight the abnormalities or whatever that were breaching or whatever? Is that it? Is that all? Because I know they didn't do anything about Rian. As a matter of fact, they kind of got clipped by him. They actually got put in the montage. So, I'm not really sure what they did aside from get put in a animation where Rian obliterates them all. Something about a meat grinder, a lot of pain, different approach. Nope, less talking, more doing type. Oh, yeah, it's done. We're supposed to help him then. Actually, nobody gave him instructions. Relying on gut feeling. Realize I was wasting up to 4. I mean, it's good. It is good. Wait, an uptie 4? Like, is that for thread spin only, or can that be used on like upties as well? I mean, thread spins are super expensive, especially 4. Like, it's like, what is it, 175 shards or no, is it 150 character shards for Threadspin 4? Free go, okay. I mean, it's not a bad thing to uptie 4, I suppose. It was, okay. I mean, yeah, I guess I don't have all of yet, but I guess for like future proofing or whatever. Okay, gut feeling. Only saw for a bit, I've got him all figured out. He's annoying, but didn't strike me as clueless. Scratched at his chin, obvious fact, today's proof. Happened to run into us when we were getting into battle. Then, could something... Got these moments. I think I hear a rat scurrying about. Heads or tails? This does sound like someone who's lost his bloody mind. Yes, whale. Turns out, pub surrounded. Not a single one of them got away. Boss knew how it'd play out. Really sounds like a bar stool. I think it was no mere chance. If you're saying as much, no coincidences every time, Matthew. Just a coincidence. Instinctive sense, experience-based precognition. Heathcliff will get precognition confirmed. How interesting would it be if Heathcliff got the Valencina ID? That'd be something. Although was it confirmed he was the apprentice? Not sure. Extremely rare cases. Sixth sense. Got a compliment, or are you taking the piss out? Thought mentor explains steps, taking in vain, yet become clear, though I confess. Wait. Don Quixote. Yes, I'm happy about it. Let's return. Fine. Place ourselves in Single ray of light, can't believe it. Oh, a light switch right here, don't turn on the lights. Oh, we're getting dramatic music with Mersault's dialogue. Right, yeah, okay. I heard Mersault's clipped warning, his voice coming from a corner I didn't expect to find. Mersault, where are you? Oh, there he is, that corner. Is he washing something? I am developing the film roll manager. Exposure to light might ruin the entire roll. Please exercise caution. So he'd been doing his own thing. That explains why he was quiet all along. Huh, didn't think you'd know how to print photographs, pal. It's not far anyways. You expressed to wish to have the film developed manager. I am carrying out that instruction. I see. Photo studio first, and now a dark room. There may be no more than... Yeah, this may be no more than a conjecture, but would it not be unreasonable to suppose that the axis of this distortion rests upon a photographer? The film serial number either matches the found photo studio or deviate by a single digit. It is certain that this dark room is connected to the studio in some way. The images bear striking resemblance to these photographs. I also believe the building and the photo studio share a strong connection. I already ate these photos. Photo studio. Hey, wait, it's supplying stuff. Department store, correct. The photos must have been taken by a docographer. Mersault chimed in, holding an odd cylindrical container in his hand this time. He gave the container a shake every now and then with a measured rhythm. Whatever he was doing seemed to be part of the process of developing the film. Film rolls are hardly affordable for the average resident in N-Corp. In most cases, taking photographs is done as part of the professional duties. There are approximately 21 occupations in District 14 that utilize photography, however, only a single profession. Why? Where? Where? Huh? Where is this information coming from? Well, I mean, obviously Mersault, because he just has information, but what, like, this is so specific. I mean, I guess he usually is like that, but there are approximately 21 occupations in District 14 that utilize photography. However, only a single professional involves routinely photographing specific buildings, adhering to fixed standards that can be observed in these pictures. I mean, yeah, I guess he was from... Is he from N-Corp, or he just worked there for a time or something? And these docugraphers you mentioned are people entrusted with that job. Yes, they photograph the information to be poured into canned experience. Docugrapher. How could such a person... No, how could a person be such a... How could a person of such a decently lucrative profession fall into distortion? Decent job, maybe, but do we know if they're a decent person? Ezra replied with a clear-cut answer after only a brief pause. What makes you say that? Photo studio didn't have any dark rooms, right? No, it didn't. My team leader said there are other ways of processing film rolls, but in Corp you have to go to a dark room to develop and print them. Correct film rolls are usually immersed in developer solution to be processed. Which is why photo studios have these dark rooms equipped with the red safe lights right next to them. But this place is pretty far from that photo studio. Now that you mention it. Check out these windows. They're only covered by newspapers, all messy. Like, if you consider how sensitive film rolls are to light, it's really suspicious that this darkroom doesn't have any proper blacklight panels. You know, films can cost a fortune in some places of the city, right? Who in their right mind would print photos in a room patched up with yesterday's newspaper? Oh, probably isn't even a legit darkroom. Someone just hauled in the bare minimum tools needed to develop film and threw them together in a hurry. Someone don't want to be seen printing photos, and people don't need to avoid scrutiny. Not so decent in the case. Something manager. Sorry, what did Ishmael say? I can see why they might have distorted. Oh, okay. Manager. Marcel came to my side quickly, still giving the strange cylinder the occasional shake. I have a request regarding your instructions to develop this film roll. What is it? Please ensure that the light in this room is not turned on until development is complete. Aren't we already done that? Yes, however, engaging in battle opens the door to uncontrollable variables. That is why I've judged it necessary to make a separate request. Battle? There is no need for concern. I am capable of participating in combat while maintaining the development process. Oh, wait. Can you slow down? Battle, you say. Surely there must be cause for you to believe so. The photo studio reinforcements arrived exactly 11 minutes and 34 seconds after N-Corp's pinframe team staff were defeated. Deductions based on the events thus far make it clear that the photo studio and this dark room share some kind of connection. Furthermore, Senator Heathcliff, Senator Hong Liu, and Senator Gregor have battled in the corpse again for team in this very location. Her footsteps rushing up the stairs, approaching closer and closer. The feeling I know that Marcel is getting, but anyway, meeting. The initial arrange is finished. The process is now halfway to the completion of the second agitation. This indicates that 11 minutes and 30 seconds have elapsed since the start of the development. Battle is imminent. Please withdraw to a safe position, manager. Marcel, you crash. Should have warned us way earlier. Understood, manager. I will follow that instruction going forward. Okay. Is it... If it's a fight without story, then I'll play it. But if there's more story... I'll say 49%. 49%. Our HML is popping off. Okay. Okay, alright. Yeah, that's fine by me. Okay, good job, Ishmael. No, it's not even a battle. It's just story. Okay. So how did that take an extra half hour for one mission? Why does one thing take half an hour? Oh. Okay. Which faction is the strongest right now? Probably House of Spiders. House of Spiders is just all the new stuff. And I say House of Spiders purely because all of it is the new stuff. Because it's just, dude, it's so broken. They're just really strong. Like, yeah, no, they're just really strong. Yeah, no, I feel like they're very easily the strongest team right now. I mean, Heisho is still good, right? But like, this is an ID that exists. Like, yeah, like, see, now all the Nurse Fathers are all like so strong. Like, they're all so ridiculously strong, right? And you think like, oh yeah, the middle team. Otis is obviously the strongest on the middle team. Well, some people would say Heathcliff, but Otis is really strong on the middle team. Honglu is really strong on the Ring team. Rian is really, or Yisong is really strong on the Index team. And then you take all those units from just a bunch of fingers, and then apparently they form one team with another really strong unit. And it's like, it's just, they're just so strong. Like the Blade Lineage team, they roll high, right? But like, you know, this team just does so much. It just does so much. Like, dude, a skill 2 with activating burn on target, activating burn, activating bleed, like, House of Spider. I don't know how House of Spiders Ryoshu turned into, I don't know how you gave her that name, but how I make Middle Otis kill Middle-ish. I'll check. Let's see. I think she has to be below a certain amount of HP or something, but I can try to find it. Okay, I think Ishmael has to be below 30% HP. and then she'll just kill her or something. Oh, when an ally... Okay, so when Ishmael is less than 30% HP and loses a clash, then Otis will just annihilate her, in theory. But, yeah. And then she'll gain this. Base skill, gain final power. Yeah, and it doesn't look like it decreases in stack over time. Like, it doesn't say turn end to lose 1 stack. Like, she just gets it for the rest of the encounter. But yeah, when Ishmael... For Ishmael only, it's 30%. Everyone else, it's 20%. They just have to lose a clash below that HP threshold. But yeah, that's how she kills her allies. But you know, the middle team in general is really strong as well, because you know, skill 3s every turn is a little bit ridiculous. Yeah, I would say the trade-off is they gotta like take damage, but like they kind of have shields and stuff to avoid that, so they just tank. They're just really strong. Yeah, no, just all the House of Spiders IDs are just ridiculous. Yeah. And then yeah, I mean, yeah, the middle obviously is strong. The ring team the ring team is also pretty strong. Yeah, no, they're pretty decent for bleed. Otis can also heal. Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, so they're pretty stacked, the middle team. Burn is still good, but like compared to some of the other teams, it's not like top tier. Well, I guess it depends on the situation, because it is still really good. Actually, maybe never mind, because I forgot that this activates burn on target. And then, so if Ryoshi's on the burn team, this one specifically, if she starts activating burn constantly, then yeah, that'll be pretty good. How does she manage to have such great sin affinities for all poise, burn, and bleed? Like, this is literally perfect for the poise team, right? Or the poise bleed, or you know, the blade lineage, because she wants slash pride skill 2 with pride defense. She has that. For bleed, she has a lust. For burn, she has lusts, and then for all of them, she has wrath. Like, she just has, like, it's just such a good ID. Burn's great. Yeah, Burn has Dark Flame and Fire Fist, who is really good at count. I think Burn is just the easiest status effect, because it just on turn end is so much simpler than on hit. Like, it lets you build count much more easily, but also means that it will be activated less frequently, which is why Ryoshu activating Burn is such a good thing. I feel like Isong's also got to get another Burn Ego this season, because he has this ID. He needs another, or this ego from the season. He really needs another Burn ID. I mean, I guess the one he has isn't bad. I mean, yeah, no, it's not bad. I forgot he already has this ID. It's not bad, but like, sure, he's middle and Burn. I don't know about that. I mean, which middle? Otis? Middle. I mean, I guess they have Burn, but as you can see by their coins, they're much more bleed focused. I mean, obviously the enhanced skills are a little different because yeah, she wants the seal remove. I feel like this is more so for Ryoshu than for the burn team, because like I don't think Heath has any burn actually. Does he? Oh, he does. What? Okay, 3 burn, 1 count, 3 burn, 5 burn. I mean, it's not bad. He's still a strong ID, but like, I feel like there's better burn appliers, like Fire Fist, for example. Like 2 burn counts with. Does he gain AoE as well? Wait, no, he just inflicts it on other people. He just does a lot for burn. The middle, like, they're not bad for burn. Like, you can, like, they're usable, right? But they're not, I wouldn't, like, recommend them for a burn team. It's like, burn just has, like, other IDs. Like, Otis has Magic Bullet, who has Dark Flame, which is one of the better burn IDs, considering burn activates so infrequently, and Dark Flame basically acts as a burn multiplier, which feels a little bit needed at times. Ishmael, I mean, maybe, but the envy units, you also need envy, or not envy, the middle units, you kind of need envy resonance to activate their, well, middle, Ishmael, and Otis, you need envy resonance to kind of activate their burn in the first place. And so like you kind of need to like you need to like build around them if you want to do that. But because Otis has Magic Bullet, it's like not really worth using middle Otis on the burn team, which then results in you not really being able to use middle Ishmael to her full potential either. And then Heathcliff is whatever, because this is only his only other burn ID, which, you know, isn't like the craziest, but it's not bad, so it's kind of just whatever you feel like using at that point. But if you want to use burn and if you want to use middle and burn, then that no one's gonna stop you. Like, it's completely fine to do. But yeah. Okay, did I do my XP and thread? Okay. Well, there's my XP and my thread. There. Okay. I also kind of wanted to, okay, yeah, no, we're done for the day for missions. I also kind of wanted to do some grinding for the, well, for boxes. Up to 5 worth it? Up to 5. Up to 5? I did kind of want to grind for boxes in MD, and now, so I was waiting for the event to be released so that I could do that. So maybe by the next time I play Limbus, I will have enough of these for Honglu. For Ego. Oh, that 5. I mean, I think it's only for 4th Match Flame right now. I mean, it's good, but probably takes a ridiculous amount of resources. I can check how much it is. 175. But then if it's thread, then it takes 350. I don't know about that, low-key. I mean, maybe, but like, not sure. I'm gonna hold off on it, but it's definitely not bad. Yeah, no, definitely not bad. I mean, also things are different now that well, now that I know that you can have multiple ego passives active at a time, because otherwise, if you could only have one at a time, like I'm like 95% sure that you used to be only able to activate one ego passive at a time. Like 95% sure about that. Like if it was that way, then you couldn't use the season pass ego and this one at the same time, or like their passives at the same time. So then this wouldn't be like worth much because people would just use the pass one anyway, even though that one's there. But if you can use multiple ego passes at the same time, which was available in Railway, I don't know if that's how it is all the time. But yeah, if you can use both, then I mean the passive is good. It just depends on if you want to spend the resources on it. Although Uptie 4 or Threadspin 4 also requires a lot of materials, and those materials include character shards. So like the only time I've ever Threadspin forward a ego is if I'm at the end of a season and I don't have any IDs left to shard for a character, so then I'll get their ego Threadspinned if there's nothing else to shard for them, because like thread spinning to 4 is already kind of a lot. Actually, let me check how much it is. Do I have a... No, my 5 egos are thread spinning. Let's see this Dimension Shredder. Okay, that's 100 shards for Threadspin 4 for a He level ego. I think 4 was maybe 150. So like 125 or 150. It was a lot though. But so like I would only ever Threadspin to 4 if I have nothing else to shard for that character for the rest of the season. So I don't like recommend going to 5. Going to 3 only takes thread. Going to 2 is required for the passive, but 3 is usually like a good stopping point. Because I don't know, kind of like buffs it a little bit. So a lot of the times 4 isn't like required either. But yeah, no, 5, like it's not bad. It's good, but it's not like, I don't find it necessary is the only thing. But yeah, it's good. It's like whether it's worth it is like if you have the resources for it and feel like using them for it. But yeah. You know, I really didn't think that it was like one ego at a time though. Because I feel like it was that way for a while. I don't know when they changed it. Like, I don't know how recent that was, but yeah. You know, so I did want to grind a little bit of MD for boxes because I'm not gonna have much by the end of this season as it is now. This is what, okay, like 1,000, and then how many do I have? 1,100. So let's say like, what's that? 1,132 plus 1,000. Let's round to 1,150. All right, 1,150. There's a lot of things to dispense. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Actually, this will be ways you're doing it this way. 9, 10, right, 9. 10 things, 4 things is 14, 3 things is 17. 17 things right now to shard. And then there's obviously going to be the 2 more things. So that's going to be like 19. Wait, was that already 19? 9, 10, 4, 3, Yeah, that's 17. And then the... What's a good battle pass? Currently figuring that out. Yeah, so that's 17, and then the other new IDs will make it 19, and if there's a Walpurgis, then I can pull during Walp and hope I get stuff from the season. Although it's not going to be very likely. But so if I want 19 things, right, then that's 19 times 200. So we're just going to round to 20, right? 20 times 200. So that's 200 times 2. So that's 400, right? And then times 10. So 4,000. That's how many boxes I would need to shard everything from this season. 4,000 boxes. That's more than I think any other season, potentially. Is it? I think it might be. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think it just might be. That's a lot of shards. That's a lot of stuff. Did I shard anything in this season? I don't remember. I don't think I did. Oh, right. And then there was also the ID that I got from the extraction thing as well. So really, yeah, no, that does go up to 20. So yeah, 4,000 boxes. Will this be the hardest? If you only shard and never pulled. Would this be the hardest? What? Huh? If you only shard and never pulled. Like, would that make the game more difficult? I think for newer players, I mean, for newer players, you know, no, I don't know. Limbus is never the most difficult game in Project Moon. Limbus is probably the most easiest and accessible in Project Moon by far. I haven't played a library, but I have a feeling Limbus is easier. LobCorp, day 49. Day 49. Well, I mean, although I guess I do play in a way where I try to have no deaths, so I guess that makes it more difficult. But not early on, like, obviously having new IDs are just really strong. So you kind of only need like one. Honestly, you can just use a sport ID. Honestly, I don't think you ever need to pull in Limbus. I think you could completely play the game without pulling ever. Because all you gotta do is just unlock, you just gotta unlock MD, grind shards, and you just buy IDs. Like, Limbus is so free to play friendly. It's like, it's just so free to play friendly. Gonna wait for the 217th store of Library of Ruina. Oh, it's gonna be a long time in the future. But yeah, no, Olympus is ridiculously free to play friendly, and it's great. Like, if you want an ID, you do not have to pull for it. You can just shard it. Dude, I've seen things about people saying like, oh, it's actually not that free to play friendly because if you want every single character in a season, then you have to like spend money, but it's like, how many gacha games do you actually get every character? Like, how many gacha games are you able to just grind for the character you want within like a week or two, and then like just have it, like, without having to farm for like 3 months just for one guaranteed character? Like, I think Olympus is pretty generous in that aspect. Like, yeah, no, maybe if you're completely free to play, maybe you're not going to be able to get every single ID in a season just by sharding alone. But, like, they give you the option. Actually, you know what? I could do the math on that. If you do 52, if you do the daily reset to 52, because then the conversion rate is just 5 modules for 3 boxes for free to play. Because, like, if you don't account for the time it takes to run an MD, 5 modules equals 3 boxes. There's a time a long time ago that I actually I like wrote down an equation because I was just like curious and like bored. So I just took like maybe 5-10 minutes to like make up a formula for how many mirror dungeons it would take to get like all the IDs of a season or whatever. It's gonna take years. I mean, it's a story that I'm invested in. I'm along for the ride of LIMBUS Company. You're gonna buy the battle pass soon? Yes, I'm gonna buy it soon. I mean, usually I kind of like wait for a bit before buying it to like make sure that I am like getting my money's worth. But yeah, no, if grinding MD, right? This is the way I do the math for seeing if it's worth buying for me personally, right? If 2 MD runs is 1 hour, and that hour equals 6 boxes, then 6 boxes equals 1 hour. So then I take this number and I divide by 6, and that's how many hours I would have saved for myself. That many hours of grinding I would have saved for myself by just getting the pass. And if that is above like the number of dollars I would have to put into this game to get that same number, like if it's like, okay, let's just do this right now. Let's do 1,000 divided by 6. 166.6 repeating. So if I'm saving myself that many hours for spending $10, $11, $12, yeah, no, I think I'll do that. Especially, well, mainly because it's for a game that I'm like so invested in story-wise. Like this is like the only gacha game I think I've ever put money on, ever. Just because like I've already put so much time into it. I'm just so invested in it. It's like I might as well like support it as it goes along, and also I get out of it saving a lot of time. Because like saving myself 150 plus hours, yeah, that I'll take that. I'll do that. I mean, the thing is though, like what I like about this game, while you can it's not like you can spend money to get things faster, but you can like free to play is also completely like reasonable. Because like, okay, yeah, the seasonal ego, yeah, you can't shard during the season, but next season you can just get it. You can shard it the next season. Like it's not like it locks out people from being able to get this. If they're free to play, they can just get this next season. And then like I've not had the pass this whole time, and I still have 1,000 boxes. And I've actually missed multiple weeklies this season. So really I should be at like 1,200 probably because of all the weeklies I missed. Also meaning I should have more boxes in my season pass as well, but I've been missing weeklies. But like for people that don't miss weeklies and do their dailies, like it's so easy to just get a lot of boxes. And then you just pick the ones that you like the most, and then you get them. It's just so simple. Yeah, no, this game is just super free to play friendly. So that is very nice. Next Kanto, I'm planning to do 1 to 3 MD a day. Ooh, that's a lot of MD. That I think I used to try to do 1 MD a day. Like when MD first made the rotation thing, like when they first made the system where, oh right, I gotta claim. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I actually do this pass, honestly. I just don't do MD. I just don't touch this game mode, like, ever. I don't know, maybe... I don't think I'm gonna be able to reach tier 80, which is the entire point of doing it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to reach that, so... I don't know if I can... Oh, but like, this thing does look kind of cool, but I know I don't even use banners. I've been using the same banner since like season 2, 3. Like I've not changed my thing like ever. Like yeah, maybe I did some of these things, but like this quote I've not changed since like season 1 or 2. Whenever I found out that I could change the thing. But yeah, what was I talking about? MD? Oh yeah. You know, I used to try to do MD like 1 a day when they still had, or when they first introduced the different teams having different starlight amounts. I would actually like, that's why I made these teams in the first place. I would actually rotate through burn, bleed, tremor, rupture, sinking, charge. I would actually like rotate through them and not like I wouldn't just use rupture every single time back when it was first introduced. That team changed. You change support IDs? Not often. Sometimes. Let me see what I have on now. Blade lineage. I would recommend finding someone with a, well, either a Mare Salt or Ishmael, but if you find, like, try to find someone with a Mare Salt that has the, what's the word? That has the new ego. And then for Ishmael, well, I mean, it's the new Ishmael. Like, I would just, like, go to friends, go to add, and then just keep refreshing until you see, like, level 100 players, and just, like, add as many of them as you can. There you go. Ego isn't as, like, if you want someone for the Blade lineage team, I would go for Ishmael, because she's really good for, like, for support or whatever. But you know, for, like, if you ever, like, need an ID or something, like, my #1 recommendation for that is go to friends, go to add, just find random level 100 players, and just add as many of them as you can. And eventually one of them should accept, and then you'll just have a bunch of level 100 players on your support list, and then they should have, you know, one of them will have new stuff. At least one of them. That's my strat. Is just add a bunch of high level players, and then see this 115. Like some high level players, some of them do not. Some of them do not actually get the new IDs, so, but some do. Should I check their company? You could, or you could just add a bunch of high-level players. Like, you could go through them individually if you want to. Like, if you want a specific ID, you can, like, check what IDs they have before you add them. But, like, if you just want, like, a high roster, like, if you just want a lot of IDs available to you, like this, for example, like, if you just add enough people have every ID eventually. Like if you add enough people, they're like they'll have all different types of IDs. Like here, there's index, heisho, sinking, ring, spice bush. For Faust, we got a bunch of stuff, or a bunch of House of Spiders. One index, some heisho, blade lineage. The other, okay, those are kind of not usable. Dawn has index, lobotomy, manager, the lantern, okay, I don't know who's, Ryoshu, a lot of House of Spiders, Fane's Aroma, Encorp, lobotomy, Nurse Salt, bunch of stuff. Honglu, a bunch of stuff. Loki, maybe, okay, maybe I need to clear some people out. Maybe I need to clear some. So, you know, I think there's probably some people I added a while ago who like stopped playing the game. Because I know, like, I've definitely seen people get to like super high levels and then they just don't touch the game anymore. And then their IDs are from like season 2. But yeah. Yeah, add a bunch of people, and then there'll be a bunch of stuff. Why? Why do people stop playing the game? Or maybe they just moved on to a different game. I don't know. Okay, what am I even looking for anything? What am I doing? Okay. Yeah, I think through my 2 minutes of research about 2 to 3 years ago, what I found out, well, maybe closer to like 2. Did they fix Railway 6? Did they fix it? Fix? Was it broken? Oh, I have no idea. One thing I found out a while ago, though, is that these daily refreshes. Okay, so how many boxes you actually, like, how many shards you get at the end of the day comes down to how many modules you can farm. So, like, obviously there's the 24 per day. And then any additional is whatever you spend lunacy on. So like 26 per day is like that's like the easiest amount. And then the 52 is like kind of if you have the lunacy to spare. Like if you are saving up for Wulp, then skip the 52. If you're not saving up for Wulp, use the 52. It's that simple. But then always do the 26 one. And that's how you get modules. But yeah, and then modules get converted to shards. Shards are shards are shards. So if you don't count the time that takes, then like this right here is 300 plus boxes. Like sitting right here is 300 boxes if I just convert these from modules into shards. But obviously I'm not currently doing that because I don't feel like it. But if I did do that, that's 300 boxes and then 600 extra boxes from here. So that's 900 boxes sitting there if I did end up getting the pass. And right now if I was at 1150, so then that plus 900, so that's like 2,000 boxes total. So I would still be 2,000 boxes behind being able to afford everything in the season. So I really gotta hope that Walpurgis gives me a lot of IDs from this season, because if it doesn't, then I'm a little bit cooked. Yeah, just a little cooked, I gotta say. But yeah. Add more tags for team comps. Low-key, if they're doing that, they need to add more teams. If they're adding more tags for team comps, do they? Oh my god, what the? Okay, who's making a oofy team? They have one ID. Okay, anyways. Hey, show. Yeah, no, like... Pinky team? I mean, Pinky has... Ryoshu kind of counts as Pinky. So that like makes more sense than Ufi. But, I mean, yeah, Ryoshu isn't like Pinky, but she's like kind of Pinky. I mean, what else? Actually, T-code recipe. LIMBUS Company. Lobotomy Corp HQ. Okay, I guess that is a team. Alright. Where do we... Oh, I guess he's Pinky as well. And then I guess Heisho Faust as well, too. Okay, I like that they have teams for these, but like they need more teams. Cause like it only makes sense to have a team for each status type. Well, for me it makes sense to have a team for each status type. And then like I mean, I guess I don't need teams for these because these were honestly for these were originally made for thread excavation is what I made these teams for. But like I just skip those, so there's not really much point in that. So it's like, okay. Wait, oh yeah, I guess it is Pinky after all. Okay, yeah, no, lucky, I just did not have the energy for reading dialogue today. I just like was not, I was just not feeling it today. I'll get back to it another time. Although another time is probably not going to be tomorrow because I'm just not going to want to do this tomorrow. I do want to finish a space for the Inbound pretty soon. Because I have like a little bit left. I was thinking of going back and like redoing from the portions that I missed stuff, but that would be from like chapter 2, and that would be really unfortunate because it would be like 8 to 10 hours probably of having to replay stuff I already did, and I really don't want to do that. So not going back? Probably not. Like, in theory, right, it would be nice to do, but I don't know if I would be able to, like, accurately collect every single, because it's like, if you miss one single item or something, then you have to go all the way back again. And it's like, I don't even know what I missed in the first place, although I'm pretty sure it was like a couple of chickens and a violin side quest or something that were just in super obscure places. Am I trending? Well, so I mean, I looked it up, right? And the true ending or whatever, there is one ending, but completing all objectives gives you like an extra little cutscene afterwards. But it's still like the same ending. So I think I might just like play through and then like watch the extra cutscene after finishing it. But it's not like it changes the ending or anything. Like, it doesn't change the ending, it just adds an extra cutscene at the end. I think that's it. So I don't think it's like worth spending like 10 hours of my time to do that, just for one little cutscene. I mean, there is other stuff from it, right? Because there is the cutscenes that you get for finishing the quests or whatever. But there's 2 of them that I missed, and then there's the story. And there's the story things as well. But I think I should just look them up at this point, because I just don't want to spend 10 hours on that, because I don't think that's like a reasonable thing to do. And I feel, you know, it's fitting because it's a game about like loss and stuff, and it's like, you know, like I'll accept the fact that I did not collect everything, and I gotta move on, because I'm not going back for like 10 hours and then not even being sure if I did everything that I was supposed to, and then if it isn't, then it's like, yeah. So that's why I'm not exactly planning on going back currently. And I was debating on it heavily too for a while, which is why I haven't been streaming Space Freezing Bound, and I was playing different games like Sekiro. Because I was like super hesitant to whether I wanted to actually like not go back for it, because, you know, the way I play games, like if there's 2 paths and I know which way is the right way, I will always go the wrong way first and see every dead end before like progressing the main story. So like skipping content like feels not good for me, but like at the same time I played the game to the best of my ability. I gotta move on though, because I can't spend I could in theory spend 10 hours to like get the stuff I missed or whatever, but that's not, I just don't see that as reasonable. So I just gotta move on. Which, like, yeah, it does suck, but like I have better things to be doing with my time. But yeah. Okay. So I do want to do that soon. I don't know if I'll do that tomorrow, but I was thinking, because that also requires reading, so maybe I'll do something else. Maybe I'll, because there's other games I want to play, but then if I play their games, I would have to draw the thumbnail for them. I'll figure it out. Long story short, I'll figure it out. That's gonna be all for now, though. So, are we? Devil May Cry. No. So, another thing I noticed is that games take storage space, and they take a lot of them. Also, I wanted to do, well, Persona 4 is, I guess there's like a few months for that, but I want to finish Persona 3 on the sooner side, but like, then again, Persona 4 isn't for like 8 months or something. Devil May Cry, that's a long series, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, although I don't know if 2 exactly is option, considering how I've heard about it. I will play it one day, and by it I mean the series, but not super soon, maybe sometime in the near future, but like I want to play shorter games soon. Like I want to find like short games or games with not a lot of dialogue, because I gotta have something that's like not reading, because it puts strain on my throat. Limbus especially, because it's just like, especially when it's like, well, mainly it's just interval stuff. Like when because if I'm talking normally, then I'm talking normally, but like when I'm like reading, I feel like there's like, I don't know, it feels much more strenuous on my vocal cords, and I don't know why. Railway 5? What did Railway 5 do to you? Oh, that's right, I gotta finish Railway 1 as well. Maybe I'll do that soon. That doesn't require reading. I'm gonna get the thing for clearing it under current turns. That's fine. Although I do want to get the one for 6, and then I need to get the one for 1 as well, because it's what 1. Not in here. It's like inside of it. There's an achievement button, and then if you click on it, if it's like under 120 turns, then you get the line 1 rerun thing. But it's not like it's the original anyway. I mean, I kind of like that though, because then it's like, okay, yeah, you were there during that time and you got that number, cool. Dude, they had so many for line 2 that like they did not need this many different variations of line 2. Like, why did they do this? Like, why why did they do that? I mean, I guess they did have, maybe they had one for each like loop or whatever. Maybe that's it. Maybe they had one for each loop. Either way, that's kind of absurd. Oh, they have one for line 6. I guess they do. Is your current count on line 2? 95. That 95 was probably the most dreadful 95 Limbus turns I think I've ever had. Like, it genuinely took a very long time. Like, a single Tails coin is a reset. Like, it was rough. It was very rough. And because of how horrible it was, I plan on doing the Line 2 rerun with the same exact team. Because why am I doing that? I don't know. It just feels fitting, you know? Like, obviously it's gonna be horrible, but like it just feels fitting. They're gonna say it was easy. Oh, line 2 was easy. Doing it normally, right? Doing line 2 normally is very easy. But trying to optimize it, everyone. So, you know, I can say everyone tried to speedrun it, but by everyone I mean me. Because it was like, because the fights were so short, it's like, okay, this fight is so short, so I could optimize it to be 1 turn faster. But then you have to have like 30 different fights, and it's like, okay, but this fight could be like yeah, I did this in 3 turns, but I could do it in 2. And then it was just like, ooh. Yeah, line 3, I did not try on a single railway after that, as you can probably tell by the turn counts. Should be a little lower than what, the line 2? Line 2 had, well, because it was, how many fights was it? So there was like 9 stations, but you had to rerun them multiple times. So really it was like 30-ish fights. And so 30-ish fights times, you know, times about 3 turns per fight is like 90. But hold on, let me check. LIMBUS Company, how many fights were in Railway 2? 28. Wait, 13 individual stations. That is not right. What? Hold on, the only other thing with the bosses. Wayward Passenger, Terminus, Fairy Duo, Fey Lantern. Oh, I forgot Fey Lantern was a thing. Oh, that thing was... Ooh, Shock Centipede. Shock Centipede. What even is this one? Steam Machine? Steam Transport? No. What is STNOWC? What is that? Oh, Station 1. Oh, that's the talisman thing. Steam Machine. Yeah, no, that was not great. T-Corp. T-Corp was not fun to optimize. Drifting Fox. Oh, that was... Oh, ew. See, like, these fights weren't difficult, they were just annoying. I think that's why people didn't like Railway 2. Because not only did it loop, but the fights were just like, oh, you're gonna be below 25% health and just heal all your HP back? Like, okay. And then, oh, okay, yeah, Drifting Fox, you're just gonna give me 1,000 sinking, sure. And then also you couldn't, I think you couldn't change the, like, from turn 1, your skills and speed would be, like, locked in. Like, if you reset, you'd have the same exact skills available, the same exact speed. Like, and the skills carried over from each station, I'm pretty sure. To keep recipe. I think so. I believe so. But that's not always a good thing when they do SP damage, like Drifting Fox. Yeah, and then pointing around. I mean, there was like one good ID for each center. I mean, I think I equipped it before. It was like, what, Spice Bush, N-Corp Faust, or 7. I mean, I only had N-Corp at the time. W Dawn, W Ryoshu, R-Corp, Mersal. This one was there, but I don't think anybody really used that one. Then it was either Gang Leader Honglu or Diachi. I ended up using Gang Leader. I think as a support, maybe. R-Corp Heath, R-Corp Ish, Rose Spanner or Diachi. This one was way better when it first came out, but it came out after a while of Railway 2 being out. N-Corp Sinclair. I don't remember if sync was even a thing at the time. Otis had 7, which is not... It doesn't compare to the other IDs that were listed. So I just had her on either her base or Blade Lineage for the SP, or support passive, whatever it is, not SP. Gregor, yeah, no, he had Fire Fist for the passive, not Fire Fist. Liu for the passive, or support passive. G Corp is not exactly usable, but yeah, no, it was a time for sure. Definitely a Railway, and definitely a team where each center had like one usable ID. And Rhymeshank and Sun Shower were like the egos for that Railway. Like, they were used very commonly. Like, even off of a sinking team, Rhymeshank was still really good. Because it just does a lot. And then Spice Bush with Sinking Deluge. Like, yeah, no. I don't know how little HP these bosses had to be able to burst them down in 2 turns. Like, because I think they had like 1,000 or 2 HP, but like they were getting 2-turned. So I don't know how that was even possible. There must have been some kind of buff going on. Wait, no, right, there was buffs. Every rotation or every cycle you would get like a added buff to either like Charge or Envy or Wrath or something like that, where you could like pick the buff, and it was just Charge and Envy, because you would do like faster charge gain, and then you would do Envy buff, and then W Dawn and W Ryoshu would just eliminate everything. And quick suppression as well. Quick suppression with 4 fragile was always good. Like quick suppression into double rip space would kill like anything. Well, you do a lot of damage. But yeah, but then you also had to like save skill 3s for when you wanted to 2-turn bosses, because you had to, because the skills like saved into the next fight, like the rotations would save, so you had to like use them sparingly, and it's like whatever. But yeah. But yeah, that was Railway 2. But yeah. Yeah. Okay. I have now yapped for like an hour after being done with reading, so yeah, that definitely makes sense. Maybe I'll do some MDs before playing next time. Maybe I'll have this ID. If I do MDs, it's not going to be on stream. Well, if it's the weekly, then it might be. Actually, I mean, yeah, if it's the weekly, then maybe. But like, if I end up doing any grinding, I'm not streaming that, because I'm just going to be doing other stuff and then spamming win rate, and that's going to be it. Okay. Anyways, that's gonna be all for now. Yeah, no, I'm done for now. Just talking about Railway already mentally drains me. Okay. That's gonna be all for now. Thanks to anybody that stopped by, and have a good one. All right. See ya.